Welcome to this Blackpool Music School video all about the ukulele. In this video I am using my tenor piece fretted instrument ukulele tuned G, C, E, A. That is from chin to floor, Golf, Charlie, Echo, Alpha. These techniques will work on A, D, F sharp, B tuned ukes. You'll just be playing in a different key, but the techniques and the ideas will work. So let's get started. To get the most from this video, you will need to have seen the 3 videos a couple of weeks ago now, how to play Golf, Charlie and Delta up the ukulele neck, and you need to have seen the 2 this week, an easy version of the 12 bar blues intermediate, and I won't call this expert, but the difficulty level will be ramping up in this video. So let's get started. There are many versions of the 12 bar blues. I have just picked a basic one for us to use. Like I said, there's many versions, but this is just one that we can use. So we are playing in G. I'll write the chords of the 12 bar blues somewhere on the screen. They'll be in 3 lines, top line, middle, bottom. So let's get started. We are playing G. Now in the previous 2 videos, we played G for a whole bar like this. This time we're going to add something a little different. We're going to change halfway through the bar. So we'll start off with this G shape, finger at the 2nd, barring F shape. We're going to play this for 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Remember, each bar is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this is the first half of the first bar, 1 and 2 and. Then we're going to change to this shape, 3 and 4 and. So it sounds like this. So we'll do 1 bar at a time. The first G, we are counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We will use this G first. You can use another G if you wish and change to another G, that's fine, but I'm just using this example. Bar at the 2nd, F chord shape, that is G. We are playing half a bar, 1 and 2 and. Then we change to this G for 3 and 4 and. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that first line can now sound like this. Again, the first line can now sound like this. If you wish to join in, please feel free to. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Hear how it sounds a bit more musical? It adds movement to the music rather than it being stuck. It keeps moving, it keeps the listener interested. So that first line is now covered. Like I said, I use that G shape and that one. Feel free to use any other G major shape you wish to use. The ones that I explained in the first video, I've just used them purely as an example. Now we'll move on to the C chord. We can play C here for half a bar. That's the G shape at the 7th fret. These 2 fingers are at the 7th. So you play that for 1 and 2 and. Then back to normal C for 3 and 4 and. Back to that C for 1 and 2 and then the power chord C for 3 and 4 and. So that middle line, first 2 bars sound like this. Again, the first 2 bars of the middle line now sound like this. First 2 bars of the middle line, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's the middle, the first 2 bars of the middle line. Again, I'm using this C and that C and that C. If you wish to go from that C to that C to that C to that C, you can. That would sound like this. that would sound like this. Again, it would sound like this. Hear how it just moves around. Like I said, the movement makes it interesting for the listener. To finish off the middle line, there are again 2 bars of G. You can just do what we did in the first bar. The first top line, bar up the second, F shape, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again the last 2 bars of the middle line, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's how the middle line can be played up and down the net using these movable chords. So now we move on to the bottom line. There is 1 bar of D, 1 bar of a C, 2 bars of G. So you can play it like this. We're going to use the power chord and the normal chord. So you're barring at the second, this little finger at the 5th fret, the 2 strings nearest the floor, the E and the A string. That is a power chord. If you slide it down 1 string like that, so you get that shape, so that's the power chord, that's the normal chord, that is D. Power chord D, normal D. So you can play it like this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's the first bar of the bottom line, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we move on to C. We did the same, this time at the 3rd fret with no need to bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again that's power chord C, the E and the A string, the 2 strings nearest the floor at the 3rd fret, 1 and 2 and then move back to a normal C. So the first 2 bars of the bottom line can sound like this. Then we move on to the next one. Again, the bottom line can now sound like this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and hear how it sounds big, it sounds massive, it's moving all over the place. Again, the first 2 bars of the bottom line, D, power chord, 1 and 2 and, change to normal D, 3 and 4 and, power chord C, 1 and 2 and, normal C, 3 and 4 and that's the first 2 bars of the bottom line covered. To keep things simple, we will do G the way we did it before, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again that's the bar of the second, the F shape, 1 and 2 and normal G, 3 and 4 and we have 1 more G to go to finish the sequence. Back here, 1 and 2 and normal G, 3 and 4 and that's the way you can play the 12 bar blues up and down the neck. Now I will admit, learning bar chords does take some effort. It's one of the few things that is difficult on stringed instruments. If you play guitar or anything else, you're learning bar chords. That's where the hard work begins. But don't over practice, just practice it now and over time you will get the idea of it. And you can play up and down the neck then. As you can hear, you suddenly sound like you're playing an awful lot, and when people hear these musical changes, it makes you sound like a better player. Now, I have shown you this in the 12 bar blues. These techniques work in any form of music. It is just keeping it moving for the listener to be interested. So I hope you found this series of videos useful. If you have, leave a comment down below. But don't forget to give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to Blackpool Music School. The more thumbs up we get and the more subscribers we get, the more videos we will post. So until next time, take care, keep practicing, keep playing, and as always, goodbye.